I'm Jennifer.
My name's Lonnie.
And you got married here in Port Gamble.
We did.
And when was that?
September 14th.
And you know the date? You've written this down somewhere?
Of course.
Good.
Yeah.
It's only because our anniversary is coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up. And why did you decide on getting married at Port Gamble?
Just the beauty, overall beauty, water view, history, the floral. Where else are you going to find an entire town that gets together for the weddings? Everybody's cheering you on.
We wanted to get married in the church so that we could have the tradition and also the history that the church had. And it was just a beautiful place to exit out into the natural beauty of the sound and our waiting guests. After we were able to ring the bell and just celebrate the fact that we had gotten married, to look out into the water and see our guests waiting to greet us with bubbles, and just know that they were all there to support us.
How did you get down to the reception area from there?
We walked hand in hand.
We could stop anywhere in this town and take our pictures and know that it doesn't matter where you're at, it's beautiful. When we picked for our reception, we set up both inside and outside so that we could have the food set aside. Inside, we didn't have to worry about any inconvenience if the weather took a turn on us, which it didn't. And then we celebrated in the tent so that we could have the open air, the feel of the breeze off the water, dance. Without a worry.
That was nice, having the breeze off the water while you're enjoying the view, listening to music.
That made it a lot nicer.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, and celebrating with your family.
Right. Yep. And then having that option, and or if it's takes a turn for the worse, you can always come back inside and carry on. But for a formalized dinner, the pavilion is the only way to go. Yeah. Good sound, good acoustics. And the one cool thing is about Port Gamble being private, that parties that tend to get a little noisier can go a little longer here, being as it's not going to interrupt a large neighborhood or something like that. Yeah. So it's
and knowing that it wasn't going to stop. If we wanted to celebrate all night long, we could have, and they would have let us just stay here and
without
continue to
noise
celebrate.
Permit.
I loved working with the staff here. They made it so easy. It was all about our day, and so they would give us suggestions along the way, tips that they've had success with the weddings that they had booked, but at the end of the day, they cared about what we wanted, and so they made our day special to us, and I loved that about working with all of them. They must have done thousands of weddings because they were highly experienced. Any question I had, they had an answer to give us, and when we needed help, even the day of the ceremony, they would step in and help make sure that anything we needed was taken care of. And
even on a further note, Tom Daly took his time to put more ice on my beer for me.
If you have somebody icing your beer down and realizing that that's an important thing for you, that's a full service.
Yeah,
right
it was full service. Happy almost anniversary, honey.
Thank you, honey. Happy.
I've been searching a long time. Someone exactly like you.
Hey, who are you guys?
I'm Holly.
And Christian.
And where did you get married?
Port Gamble, Washington.
When?
July 30th, 2010.
Does he remember the date?
I don't know.
She does. That's all I need.
Why did you pick Port Gamble?
Darling venue, darling town, love the view, and my mom was born in Port Gamble, which made it even more special.
All I had to do was see it once, and I was completely convinced.
He was sold.
We had our ceremony out where the land and the sea meet and kiss for time and all eternity.
Okay. Okay. It was just beautiful to be outside. It was really nice to be outside. It's breezy.
It was a beautiful day at the end of July, and in the Northwest, when it gets beautiful out, it's the best place in the world.
So Christian's dad was the officiant.
And how was that having your father as the officiant for your ceremony?
Amazing. I always assumed that would be the case and hoped, and when it happened, it was really cool.
Our son was in the wedding. Both of our sons were in the wedding. And your
Our
brother.
good family friend, Jonathan, was the musician.
He was the troubadour.
That serenaded up the aisle.
Yeah. How did you decide on what kind of ceremony you wanted to have?
Happy.
And,
That's what was great about that venue too, was just having it outdoors where everyone was on the same playing field, and it was just open, beautiful, sunny.
Why did you decide to have the ceremony set up the way it was?
Oh, like a circle, semicircle.
Yeah.
Gary, Christian's dad, came up with this semicircle idea, and I thought it was different. I thought it was nice, and I went with it.
And it was great because people could look at us, but they also had a great view of the water.
Was it fun working with the Port Gamble staff?
Yeah, they were great because they were super flexible with letting us bring in a big family atmosphere, letting people set up where they wanted and do what they needed to do. And that's really part of the reason we picked that outdoor venue, is so that we could kind of just create
do our own
the
thing.
space that we wanted to. And they were really accommodating in that way.
It was a nice, clean, blank slate. Like a lot of other places we had looked at had their own style, their own decorations and so forth, and they let us do whatever we wanted, which was really important to us.
The best part for me was when Port Gamble was pretty open and let us get in a canoe and go down to the water and take a little ride around in our canoe.
And it was a perfect lighting for photographs for my
Get away from
brother-in-law
the crowd for a second and get just 15 minutes with each other. It was really beautiful, and the sun was setting at that time.
And those are my favorite photos from the wedding that Paul Dudley took.
That part wasn't planned, which was kind of what made it the best part.
But I love that our wedding wasn't very planned, and it worked out so well. It wasn't a very rigidly planned wedding.
When you first saw her in her dress, what did you think?
The entire time I was taken back, especially with the flowers and the way it all tied together with her beautiful eyes.
Oh, God.
And golden hair. And the sun set.
Did you have fun at your parents' wedding?
Yes, I loved it.
You loved it? And say, the Port Gamble staff was awesome.
The Port Gamble staff was awesome. You should did maybe that Port Gamble.
It was just the perfect wedding. It was a perfect setting. Absolutely beautiful. Could not have been more beautiful. Would not have had it anywhere else, really. We wouldn't have. It was wonderful. It was absolutely perfect.
Someone exactly like you. I've been traveling all around the world, waiting for you to come through. Someone like you.